Good noon, everybody. This is dethaddr at the Death Shop, and we're doing something a little bit different for Cooked to Death. Yeah, that's right. It's going to be real easy today. It's just going to be like egg salad sandwich. Heather's already boiled the eggs for me. She did it last night. And in case you need to know how to boil an egg, if you don't know how to boil an egg, maybe egg salad isn't for you. Although you could get that stuff that's in the that's already pre-done, but those usually taste pretty awful and smell pretty bad. Anyway, she didn't do the vinegar trick on them, so you can see I did have a little tiny bit of trouble peeling them. But if you ever go to peel your hard-boiled eggs, make sure you do the bottom side first, because that'll make it a lot easier when you get that one area that's hollow out. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put one together my way. First thing I got is I've got 4 eggs here. I'm only doing one sandwich. This is for me. And this is because I was outside earlier today and doing some of the garden stuff, which I might give you a sneak peek of something later. Just a little bit, not a full garden update. Anyway, I'll be right back here. I'm going to grab some stuff. First thing I'm going to do is get to see the inside of my crazy fridge. Need some bread. And bread I'm going to use is Franz's Sweet Dark Bread. I love this stuff because it's one of the dark wheat breads that you can actually doesn't have raisin juice or raisin paste, so it's not going to kill me. Because as you know, red grapes, tannins, can't have them. Enjoy plenty of white wine, but none of the reds. I'm going to get that toasting. I only want it toasted lightly, so I'm going to keep an eyeball on it. And I'll probably pop it at the same time that I bring everything else out here. So I could be using like a cheddar Kaiser roll, but I'm not going to do that today. We'll be adding cheese to it though. Let's see here. I do have a few things I would like. One of them, not Dijon. Okay, got some pickles. Just a little teeny tiny Snackums pickles. Nothing too crazy. It's only for me. Let's see here. Got some Trader Joe's spicy brown mustard. If you don't know that I like Trader Joe's already, that's kind of my thing. And it looks like Heather left me some cheddar that's already been well, not been cut up, but it's been shaved a little bit. So yeah, we use saran wrap, and these are from the asparagus, guys. Those rubber bands are. They're great for keeping your cheese safe. In fact, for some of the better ones, if you're doing a big block, it's nice to throw some aluminum foil on there. Alright, we got our friends the eggs. Make sure you don't get any shells in here because that would suck. I'm going to pop my toast real quick. So I only want lightly toasted. I do not want heavily toasted. And this is barely toasted. And here's the other thing too, is that I'm going to set this to the side because I don't really want it super hot, because if it's super hot, that's not going to work out too well for you. Let's go ahead and take a fork, and I will need a spoon, or actually a knife will work. Oh, wait a second, I'm not going to need that today, am I? No, I'm not. Why? Because I'm not putting mayonnaise in this, and if you do know me, I don't like mayonnaise either. So first thing I'm going to do is just this is why I have the you don't see me, and I have the high profile here, because I want you to see what's going on in the bowl here. Squashing eggs. And the thing is too, is I could have made myself deviled eggs, and I absolutely love it, deviled eggs, you know, but I wanted to make myself something nice, something a little bit more filling. It is noon, it is lunchtime, so all you really want to do is just bust them up into pieces that you can eat. It's a piece of cake, real piece of cake. I don't care if anything gets all over my cutting board anyway. It's a really old cutting board. I've got some of that mat that they use for your line your shelves with. Keep the glasses from slipping sometimes. Underneath to keep it from slipping on my granite here. You know, it still slips a little bit, but it's not, I mean, it holds pretty well. It's a pretty tall tug I'm giving on that. Gonna throw this aside for a second here because I want to chop some stuff up. Another thing that I do want too is, since I have them here, some people like a little bit of onion. Some people, if I had a shallot or two, I'd probably be using shallots, but Heather and I just got back from vacation, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop a little chive and put it in there too. I just want just a little bit. Just enough for flavor. Give it that onion flavor. Onion! Like, what was that? Cajun chef? Long time ago, guys. I go back a long ways. Used to say onion. Alright, so I'm just going to chop this up real quick. And yeah, I'm not going to have like these horrendously awesome knife skills I'm going to be showing you today because I am a casual cook. Which means it doesn't need to be perfect either way. And look, some of those didn't actually get sliced through. It's because of my knives. Heather isn't very good about keeping the knives sharp. Sorry, baby, but it's the truth. And me, I always say a dull knife in the kitchen. Well, yeah, it's not very nice. And actually what we're going to do is throw this bowl back over here. It's probably the last thing I wanted to add rather than the first, but it's all good. Doesn't matter which order it goes in. In fact, I'll just keep right on slicing right here and leave leave those eggs right there. Boom, there you go. Number 2, we got Schnackums pickles. See, not endorsing anybody, but these are Vlasics. Got the little stork guy on them. Pickles. Heather doesn't like pickles, but she always keeps a jar because funny thing is she doesn't like pickles, but she does like the dill from the pickle juice. So we actually use this. And yes, I did wash my hands before, in case you were wondering, so I wouldn't stick my hand in a pickle jar otherwise. But sticking my hand in the pickle jar is gonna cause me to wash my hands again anyway. At the very least, rinse. Permeation of pickle juice. Throw these back in right now. Have to find a better spot for them. See, this is going to be tough because these are like, I don't know, if I should have tried to go for another straight one there. Because yeah, we're going to try and cut these big ones into small ones. That'll work as thirds. I love the sound of same sound carrots, same sound celery makes. Except for this part right here, I'm not going to put that in there. That's just going to, I'll actually eat that right now. See, and since these are such small pickles, I got to really watch out. I mean, my knife isn't super mega sharp. I'd like to get one of those ones like Hiroyuki Terada. If you've never seen his channel, master of the sushi chef. Sushi chef. Boy, that's tough to say. You know, shout out to him. I've enjoyed many of his videos. He no longer works in Nove. Nove's closed. So, well, I think he might still live around there or something, because I've seen a couple of his videos post-mortem. Okay, now, here's the problem here. I just did this. I still got I should have chopped the cheese first. That means we're rinsing a knife off. No big deal. Got plenty of knives, plenty of towels, plenty of all that stuff. And I love how she does this at angles like this. Makes it real tough to get a good chunk. So I'm going to put this over here so it's off to the side of where the pickle juice is. Like I said, I washed and dried the knife here. I'm just going to chop some cheese up here. We do like cheese. This time it's just cheddar. I do have Gouda in there. You got all sorts of cheese. Let's go for some more. See, it's not like we don't like our cheese, you know. See, I'll show you here. Watch this. I'm coming down here for this one. Okay, so you don't see it, but I'll show you. Actually, let me just do this. Here we go, here we go. Okay, we got smoked Gouda, got cheddar. We only got a couple pieces because we were trying to eat it before vacation of the Munster. got 1,000-day aged Gouda. We've got Parmesan. I mean, we've got 4 things of cheddar here. And we're being real careful right now, so I mean, we don't have any brie or anything because we might be selling our house. That is that. And we'll get back over here in a second. We'll wrap our cheese back up. Like I said, I love these rubber bands because you can just do this with it and it'll keep your cheese nice and safe, and you won't get them dry spots on there. Those dry spots that really suck. Let's make sure we got that angle good, guys. Good enough. That's right, I forgot I set my camera to turn off, or to turn the thing off after 1. See, you can see I got a piece of chive on there already. Alright, so there's actually 3 because I have this turned sideways. And there's 3 more. Now let's see if we can get this all chopped into chunks. Because when it comes to an egg salad sandwich, I like chunky cheese. Chunky cheese is good stuff. Not Chuck E. Cheese, chunky cheese. Besides, if I was going to like shout out a pizza place, it'd probably be Papa Murphy's. Let's see. There we go. Just going to break all these up again. So the funny thing is that is probably the least amount of types of cheeses that I've ever seen in our fridge at one time. It's only because, yeah, we could be selling soon. Got Amazon moving up the road, so don't want to make a 7-8 mile drive to work like 45 minutes, because that's 45 minutes each way, you know. So despite everything that I've done outside, it's going to be for the next person to enjoy. Hope they like to garden, truthfully. Okay, so now we've got all that in there. Boom, we got our pickles, we got our chives, we got our cheese, we got it. It's going to be a lot for one sandwich, but okay. Now here's the deal with mustard, okay? Now I know some people ain't going to like me for this, but always come over, make sure you put some in the trash first. Reason being is because you do not want to have, and I still got a little bit in there, a ton of water coming off your condensation, coming off your mayonnaise and going into your, or your not mayonnaise, but your mustard, and going into your egg salad, because that would just suck. And this, I'm just going to use enough to bind it together. I mean, I could put a little mayo in here. I do not like mayo. I think spicy brown mustard is going to be perfect for it, so that's what we're going to do. One other thing that I better put in there, a little bit of salt. Very well used salt container, you can tell by the crust. It's going to need it because of those eggs need it. And maybe it was a little bit more than I wanted. Eat a salty piece of egg. Actually, I need the salt today. Wow, must be from being outside. I would use my pepper mill, but it'll ground too coarse, so I got some black pepper here. Just a tiny bit. We're just seasoning. And because it's eggs, ooh, yeah, baby. This here, my favorite stuff of all time. Paprika. Gotta have a bunch of that. I mean, it's like I'm making deviled eggs, but in a sandwich. All squished up, so you can't just eat the white part or the yolk part. The funny thing is I do not like runny yolks in eggs whatsoever, but I don't mind them over hard to where the yolk's cooked fully through, and I absolutely do love hard-boiled eggs too, especially deviled eggs. So now we're going to get this all, woof. See, what would be nice is to have a little bit of avocado to slice up. Not to put it in here though, but to put in the sandwich. Make it extra creamy. We're going to add some more mustard. So like I said, you want a consistency that's not too dry, because you got to remember all this is going to be. And I might actually end up adding a little bit of mayo because I do not want this to be horrible. Tiny bit more. Now Heather made me a bunch of eggs. If you really want to know how to make an egg, piece of cake, throw your eggs into cold water and on the stove bring it to a boil, but not a raging boil. Just a normal shallow boil. Turn your heat down, so that way you don't crack them. And it is imperative you put the eggs in before you even start that water. If you throw them into hot water, you're going to crack them for sure. Alright, I'm going to try this out because it's still a tiny bit dry. Alright, I'm going to get down here and try it. Let's try and get this off the fork though. So yeah, I'm going to get this everywhere. Alright. It's fine with the mustard. No mayo here today. Yeah, that's perfect. Maybe a little more paprika. Should have been Hungarian, guys. I'll worry about rearranging my fridge later. I arranged a few things earlier because we brought a wine bottle back with us. The same wine bottle that I showed you in the special Cooked to Death episode, live after 5, which was the last Cooked to Death. So I decided we're doing some restaurant reviews in there too. Yeah, that looks pretty darn good. Now we're just gonna, there's our stuff there. You can see there's condensation on that thing, but that's okay. What we'll do is we'll flip it so this crunchy side and the cool side is now up, and we're gonna throw a bunch on here. Crazy. Well, I told you this might be a little bit more than what a normal egg salad sandwich is, but I was out in the yard today, and one thing anybody should know is that, oops, if you want to build muscle, especially when you're doing something crazy like yard work, right? You want to make sure that you eat some decent protein afterwards. An egg salad, awesome protein. There's 4 eggs in my bad boy, and since this is a clean, I'm going to eat that too. Alright, I'm going to take one bite of this down here so everybody can see me. I really ought to just do 2 cameras, huh? I know I just got my plate dirty, so, but oh well. Oh man. That's not just good, that's great. Maybe we could use a tiny bit more chive, but man, that's just personal preference. And I didn't get too much salt in there like I thought. By the way, in case you noticed it, and in case anybody knows how to get this stuff off of the water part of your fridge, please tell me. Because I've tried everything to try and get this clean again. I'd really like it to look nice. And no, I don't think my tray is removable. Alright. Anyway, this is dethaddr at the Death Shop, wearing my favorite shirt today. We did Cooked to Death for an egg salad sandwich, which really didn't involve any cooking because Heather already did the eggs, but yeah, it's food. And right now, I'm going to darken out the video. Whoop. And we're going to take you for a little ride. So I got a surprise for you. I'm going to look absolutely nuts out here. Okay, so remember how I told you that my neighbor had watered all my wildflowers for me? Well, this is just a quick update on those. Take a look at these now. So let me move this real quick. Absolutely beautiful. We got pink, we got yellow, we got red, we got purple, all the way across. And I did come out here and mow today too, so it's a little bit of that action. And then if you take a look down here, and try not to step in any of that because all the clover I put out is starting to grow, which means I'm going to have a yard full of grass and clover for somebody else. And of course I need to rebuild my patio. That's coming. Anyway, it's dethaddr Death Shop. This has been Cooked to Death. If you like the video, go ahead and give me a like down below. Comment, share, and subscribe with everybody else. Well, not with everybody else. Subscribe with me and turn on notifications if you want to see the continuing saga of the yard before it gets sold. Anyway, take care everybody, stay safe out there, and I will catch you later.